everybody and welcome to another video. This is me, sat in a small village called Essendon in Hertford. It's about 80 miles from my home. It's famous for housing Barbara Cartland and Beatrix Potter once visited too. The most famous product of Essendon though is Simon Pegg, the gloriously talented actor. And this weekend is home to me. So I'm going to be staying in this very tiny Airbnb for 3 nights on a, let's be honest, a not very well planned out personal retreat. So why a personal retreat? I mean, my wife offered me a chance for a weekend away, so instead of going on a boozy Euro trip with friends, I chose to retreat to the countryside. I researched retreats, of course, and the advice seemed to be to have no plan, no agenda, no goals. To simply escape, spend time talking with yourself, walk, eat clean, and rest. So I promptly closed those web pages, ignored the advice, and plotted a 3-night retreat. You see, my brain doesn't work like most, and rarely do I have a good conversation with myself. And I'll be honest, I can't sit still for too long either. I've kind of got to move to think. So the typical advice for a retreat simply didn't appeal to me. I'm also, I'll be honest, terrified of dying and not having done some of the work that plays to my soul, the kind of stuff that gnaws away at me. One such project has been the Parent Brain podcast that I've been planning to do for about 14 years now. I guess I've always been a little bit scared of putting it out there, but no more. This retreat would be my chance to record 50 episodes. Yes, 50 episodes of the podcast in one weekend. Quiet, peace, time, me, a microphone, my laptop, and my brain. Now, of course, I would intersperse this with walks, a couple of beers in the local award-winning pub, and some downtime to doodle, draw, take some photos, just chill. But I need a big goal to get motivated, and recording 50 episodes in a weekend was just that. You see, when I look at my life from a distance, and I've been doing a bit of this recently, I realise that it's only really just made up of all those everyday moments with people. Hopefully with more people who mean something to me than not, and the little bits of goodness that I can bring to the world. In a nutshell, it would be a shame for me to never have tried. But of course, like most well-laid plans, it didn't survive first contact with the enemy, that enemy being me. Let's just say I may have had 1 too many beers and not enough food on the first night. But alas, I cracked on and took some time to set up. So by lunchtime, I'd logged a solid 8 episodes. Time for a walk and maybe a few beers en route. After returning at 4 p.m, I logged another solid 8 episodes. You see, when I have day-to-day tasks to do, I tend not to get them done. I get bored, I get distracted. I don't seem to be able to find the motivation. I work best when I have an unsurmountable challenge ahead. Something big and daunting and challenging. I find the gears and the energy I could do with finding every day. I think we all work well with deadlines, but as my co-host on the Stationary Freaks podcast, Helen, said in our last episode, I do tend to make my life harder by trying to achieve so much in so little time. So by the time I came to chill out in the evening and cook some decent food, I'd logged basically 16 episodes. Now I will say these are just recorded, I've still got the editing to do. Day 2 and I got at it again. This time I'd clocked another 10 episodes before lunch. Then I took a little day trip out to a little place called Oldbury, famous for doubling up as a place called Little Storping in the classic TV show The Avengers. In this particular episode it was called Murdersville. It was filmed at Oldbury with the little pond and the pub and all of the other stuff, so I had a nice little jolly around there to see where it was filmed. Upon my return, I put in a solid few more hours and clocked in another 4 episodes before I hit the brick wall. Drawing, sketching, doodling, journaling, photography and general creative pursuits were all squeezed in too. So did I return as a better person? I'm not so sure, maybe. You see, I'm always reminded of a book by Jon Kabat-Zinn called Wherever You Go, There You Are. So no amount of escape, retreats, holidays, spa days lets you escape from yourself, because wherever you go, there you are indeed. So the trick is to be comfortable with who I am, to learn how to control my emotions, to quiet the anxiety and the naysayer inside me that is terrified sometimes to put out content and creative pursuits that really play to who I am. You know what, I kind of realized I didn't really need a retreat to do that, but it certainly helped me to gain perspective. It helped prove to myself that I've still got the energy to get things done. It was time for just me, which is a rare thing in our busy family house, and I was extremely grateful for this opportunity. By the end, I'd clocked about 31 podcasts, not a bad effort for 2 days' work. Now, of course, I've got to edit them and then pluck up the courage to launch them. I'll get around to that one day. If you're considering a personal retreat, let me leave you with a few tips. Firstly, research the location well and do more planning than I did. Next time, I'm definitely going to research and get a slightly bigger Airbnb and definitely one further from the road. Although this was a very quiet village, really, it had a main road which was very popular with noisy bikers and boy racers. Secondly, don't listen to anyone else when they tell you what you should do on a retreat like this. Listen to yourself. You know yourself better than anyone. What do you know you should do? What is your body and your mind needing right now? Trust yourself. Thirdly, don't forget that wherever you go, there you are. If you're retreating to escape yourself, then good luck. You take yourself with you, and only you will know whether time alone will be good for you or not. Fourthly, try not to forfeit your well-being at the expense of a big goal if you choose to set one. As much as this was an ambitious goal for me to record 50 episodes, I didn't let it get in the way of making sure I went for a walk, I did some resting and some journaling and some drawing and some photography. So I managed 30 out of 50, which is pretty good, but I wasn't going to destroy that weekend and do nothing but work to get to that 50 mark. Lastly, let me know in the comments if you've ever been lucky enough to do a personal retreat. How did it go? What did you do? What did you learn? I'm interested to see what other people have done if you've had this opportunity. I know I, for one, am extremely blessed to have had this experience. Very grateful for it, and I feel like it was a really good use of money, time and energy, and I'd definitely like to do another one in the future. But I realized that not everybody gets this opportunity, and I also realized that I didn't actually need a retreat to escape myself, because it's not possible. But I did really thoroughly enjoy this, and I'd recommend it if you have the opportunity to do so. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video.